Friends, hello and welcome on TechGuruSpeaks.com. Today I would like to describe Java nested try statements. In the previous class, I have talked about Java multiple catch blocks. Now in the present tutorial, I will be describing Java nested try statements. In Java, for exception handling, it is possible to have nesting of one try statement within another try statement as demonstrated below. Like this is the outer try. So within the scope of the outer try, an inner try statement is defined. It can have matching catch blocks. Here I have shown only one catch block, but it can be having more than one catch blocks, like the concept of multiple catch blocks. And this is the outer catch block. It is basically associated with this one, and it can have multiple catch blocks as well, following the concept of multiple catch blocks. Now the thing is that each time a try statement is entered, the context of that exception is pushed on the call stack of methods. Suppose for example, if I am having a method named main, that is the entry point of program execution, and from main another method divide is being called for performing division operation, say integer division. So if I am just following the call stack of methods, so at the top of the stack there will be the divide method, and following this we will be having the main method. So if there is any exception being generated within the divide method and it is not having any handler like try catch, so it will be passed on to its immediate caller, that is the main method. So that is the concept. Okay, so that is why I am saying each time a try statement is encountered, the context of that exception is pushed on the call stack of methods. If an inner block doesn't catch an exception, I mean to say if an inner try statement, it is passed on to the outer catch block. Here the outer catch block will handle the exception. That means if there is any particular kind of exception being generated and there is no matching catch for the inner block, it will be looking for the matching catch block in the outer catch. So that is the concept being applied. This continues until one of the catch statements succeeds or until the entire nested try statements are exhausted. If no matching catch statement is found, then the Java runtime system will handle the exception, and as a result the program will terminate abnormally. So that is the normal case that we have seen earlier. So now I will be giving you one coding example to demonstrate this concept of exception handling for a Java program using nested try statements. Now for demonstration I will be using the NetBeans IDE. So just have a look at the program that I have written here. So the name of the class is except04. So it is the name of the class. So the program structure is basically quite similar to that of the previous tutorial, that is the Java multiple catch block. So we are having two integer variables a and b. A is initialized with the value 10, b is initialized with the value 0. We are having an integer array with 10 elements and a particular string reference str which is not initialized. So it is showing null value here. Now we are having a double type variable which is basically storing the result of the method call math.random, So as a result, a value will be generated between 0 and 1. Now based on the value, we'll have a different outcome that we'll see next. So now we are trying to consider the outer try statement. So if the value of n less than 0.3, so that will be the case, then we are going to perform a division operation. Since we are dividing 10 by 0, it is an illegal code, and as a result arithmetic exception will be generated. So there is a matching catch for this try statement if that exception is being generated, and that is found here, that you can see. So now I am to consider the inner try statement. Now within the inner try statement, we are having the condition like if n less than 0.6, that means if it is greater than equal to 0.3 but less than 0.6, so we will be trying to initialize the index position of this array named ARR with the value 100, but it is an invalid position because the maximum valid index will be 9 here. So 0 to 9 is the valid indices. So as a result, it will be generating array index out of bounds exception. So this is having a matching catch here, so it will not face any problem. This will be handled properly by this matching catch block. Now for this one, I mean to say, for this particular statements, like we are going to access the character at the 0th position for this particular string reference, but since it is not initialized, it is having the value null, so it is an illegal code because there is no such character at position 0, so it is generating null pointer exception. But the thing is that this particular catch block is not associated within the inner block. I mean to say, it is not associated with the inner try, but there is no problem if it is not found in the inner block. That means this is the inner block, it will be trying to find it in the outer block, but this is the case that I have provided the matching catch block in the outer block, so it will not face any problem and the program will be running smoothly. So that is the idea that I have tried to implement here. So this particular exception is being generated, so it is caught by this particular catch block. Next time this exception, like arithmetic exception, has been generated, it is caught by the matching outer catch block, this one. Now for the next run of the program, it is generating the same. It will depend on the value of n, I cannot help here. Now for the next run, it is basically generating this particular exception, that is array index out of bounds exception, which is basically placed in the inner block, like it is the inner catch block. So in that way it will be covered and the output will be shown accordingly. So remember that if there is no matching catch in the inner block, the JVM will be looking for the matching catch in the outer block. So if it is found, there is no problem and the program will be running smoothly and all the exceptions are properly being handled. So that is the idea. So I hope that you have understood the logic behind this program and how to deal with multiple catch statements to be implemented in terms of nested try statements, because the topic that I have discussed here is related to Java nested try statement. That means a try statement can be embedded within another try statement, and it can have multiple catch blocks as well. So that is a thing that I have tried to demonstrate here. I hope that in future you will be able to write such kind of code in any project that you might encounter in your future. So I will hope that you have thoroughly watched this video, and if you like this video, then please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Here comes the URL of my YouTube channel. Please visit my website techguruspeaks.com. You will find lot of useful information here, and this is my official email ID, admin@techguruspeaks.com. Have a nice day. Thank you very much.